Poetry and prose from English into Kurdish. Please join me in welcoming Darwesh.
Hello, can you hear me? Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for attending, and thank you IWP for giving us the space and the time to share our writings and our thoughts. First, I'm going to start with a very short poem that sort of puts the ground for what my poems would be about. These poems are poems of a nation that strives to live. These are the poems of girls who are being killed for love. These are the poems of fathers who kill their own daughters for love and for being loved. These are the poems of mothers who go to their son's funeral. These are the poems of a nation who takes no as an answer and make war for peace. These are the poems of love to cure hate. Love poems in an era where love became hate. These are the poems of martyrs that history has folded in between its dusty pages 100 years ago. These poems are history written within lines. These poems are life within a life. So I'm going to start the reading with a Kurdish poem. So I'm coming from Kurdistan, and my native language is Kurdish. Unfortunately, none of you would understand the content of the poem, but I hope you enjoyed the way it sounds. And the fortunate fact is that none of you would understand, so that puts less pressure on me. Just kidding, it puts lots of pressure on me. Okay, so the poem's title is Tenha Giryane Kisir, which means only another cry. Tenha Giryane Kisir ukhon radesti kat akam. Katakan teparin, katakan den udaron, ubarogurgi ki abadi man aban. گریانێکی تر و لەگەڵ هەر فرمێسکێک مەڵ ئاوایی لە خەمێک ئەکەم. گریانێکی تر لە دڵۆپی فرمێسکەکان مرهەمێک بۆ سڕکردنی برینەکان دروست ئەەکەم. تەنها گریانێکی تر و کۆتایی بە هەموو شتەکان دێنم. ئەو شتانەی کە ڕوویانە، ئەو شتانەی کە لەوان و بڕوو بدەن کە هەرگیز ڕوویان نییە. تەنها گریانێکی تر خەونە شکاوەکان، خەونە بریندارەکان هێدی باش ئەبن. تەنها گریانێکی تر خەونە تیمارکراوەکان خەونە بێهەناسەکان لەژێر دڵ ئەنێن. تەنها گریانێکی تر و بە فرمێسکەکان برینەکانی نیشتیمان ساڕێژ ئەەکەم. بە زریانێک هەرێکێک لە خەمەکان لە دوورگەیەک ئەڕەوێنم. تەنها گریانێکی تر ڕووباری خوێنی شەهیدان پڕ جوڵە ئەەکەم. تەنها گریانێکی تر دڵۆ دڵە هەڵپرووسکێنراوەکانی دایکی شەهیدان ئەکوژێنمەوە و دووبارە بە ژیانیان شاد ئەەکەم. تەنها گریانێکی تر پارچەکانی نیشتیمان وەکو پرچێکی ئاڵۆزکاو ئەهۆنمەوە. تەنها گریانێکی تر و کوردستانێکی تیمارکراو بە جیهان ئەناسێنم. تەنها بە گریانێکی تر مانایەکی نوێ بە ژیان ئەبەخشم. تەنها گریانێکی تر کۆتا شیوەن چاوەکانم وشک ئەەکەمەوە. تەنها هۆنراوەیەکی تر نوێژوێکی نوێ تۆمار ئەەکەم. سوپاس and thank you. I think you can clap. Okay, so the next poem is called Dua, and this poem was performed last night in the Global Express, and the cast did a wonderful job in performing the poem. I'm going to be reading it today. I've been often told that, why do you keep writing such of stories? We had enough of these stories. You should write about more stuff rather than that. But my answer is always, these stuff happen all the time. These stories, we're gonna hear it in the news over and over again. And once it's in the news, it means it is still happening, and we should still write about it and talk about it and perform it as a way to change the future. So this is not only for Dua, it is for the girls who have been through the same stories over and over again, but none of their stories got to be viral and to be heard about. So Dua is the name of of a Yazidi girl who was stoned to death years ago because she loved someone from another religion rather than her own. Dua. Stones show love to me, stones rain. All I see is stone, enough stone to build a citadel. I have never seen such a crowd. In the crowd I see my dad, the first love of my life. My brother with 2 red sleepless eyes. The uncle who used to stop by and the grandfather who never said goodbye. All of them stood by me. There is anger in their eyes, oh dive inside my eyes. If they loved love, if they could only see my love could represent them all. Love is what made them merciless. Love became the thick black curtain that fell over their pupils. I've never doubted their love, but now, somehow, my mom stands still in the corner, pretending to watch, still pretending to watch. She can't. Next to her, sisters, friends, stand with clouded eyes. I loved you then, I love you now. Stone, stone, I loved a boy from another world, and he loved me back from the other world. Stone, it was love that made them lose control. The first stone came from my dad. I wanted to run to tell him, I hold you in my heart. Stone after stone made me numb, and stone after stone, I felt how much I was loved. Stone after stone, my flesh began talking. This is the cause to love from the other world. Daddy, don't worry, my name, a prayer will do it all. Stone, I called stone. I don't feel you at all. They showed their love through it all. My knees surrender, my heart says, hold on, you don't want to miss this. There's an urge that make all this tender. Okay. The next poem is called A Walk on Mars. This one can be related to so many people rather than someone from my culture. Everyone can relate to this. When you have been through times when you think that there's so much pressure on you and you no longer know who you are. A Walk on Mars. One evening, I'll be walking like nothing have happened. I'll be walking like I'm on Mars, a lifeless ground. One evening, I'll be peeling off my memories like rose petals, and I will be spreading them on the ground and walking them, hoping for new beginnings. One evening, I'll be walking like nothing matters, not the people or the roads. What matters is that I will have to peel off layers. They will be accumulated on this newborn baby. One evening, I'll be walking and leave each layer of my personality in an avenue. Spare them free and hope they can never be accumulated on the same person. I'll be whispering the words, personalities to be connected, layers to be accumulated. Caution for a desperate person who wants to be. Those will be my kissing goodbyes. One evening, I'll be walking like nothing matters, like nothing mattered. The next poem is more of an excerpt from some correspondence poems that I have been working on for the previous 3 to 4 years. Since I have studied English literature, I have read lots of poetry and novels, and I've done some deep analysis of most of them. So I've started to write correspondence poems. Whenever there was a poem that actually touched me, I was thinking, what if I'm going to write a poem from my own perspective, and whether if the writer is still alive, what would the writer say? So this correspondence poem is more of an excerpt. It's a collection of some poems that I did. And before I start reading, this is the correspondence for the poem The Art of Losing by Elizabeth Bishop. Also another poem by T.S. Eliot, the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. Sylvia Plath's Lady Lazarus. Gregory Corso's writ on writs on the Puerto Rican Harlem. So I'm going to start reading the poem. And also, I've used the title of Chinua Achebe's novel, Things Fall Apart. Things fall apart and the center is gone. Things fell apart and the world is crumbling beneath my feet. Do I dare to disturb the universe? Dying is an art. Like everything else, my people do it exceptionally well. They do it in a timeless, placeless manner. They do it in the morning when the birds sing. They do it in the afternoon, in the late afternoon, in the evening, even in the midnight, when they are laying in their beds and planning for a new day. They do it in a mosque while they are praying. In a church, they do it in funerals, in weddings, even in shopping malls. Dying is an art, and my people do it exceptionally well. Things, they fall apart, things are still falling apart, and the art of losing is impossible to master. I've written it like a disaster, like a joke, but none of them seem to matter. I have practiced losing farther, losing faster. I have missed everything, but the art was never mastered. The fluster is still the same fluster. I have learned that life is a dream within a dream. Life is not a century, but death an instant. And there will be times for 1,000 visions, but no time for revisions. Let us go then, you and I. There will be time to murder. There will be time, enough time to murder, but no time to create. For I have seen them all. I have known death. I have seen it in a child's eyes, on the TV, in the news. I have seen it even in my dreams. How should I presume? Things fell apart and the echo waked me up.